So part 2, my friends. The rest of the afternoon, there was an awkward tension in the air. 2 hours later, just before home time, Aluka approached Mrs. Steele and quickly said, I'm sorry. I do want to be back on the team. I do care. Mrs. Steele responded and shrugged. I hear you, Aluka, but the answer is no. Aluka smiled, winced, batted his eyelashes in a slow guy style. But Mrs. Steele, I was just joking, don't you know? Aluka, you made a decision in 2 ways. Not listening, then quitting. Remember, I said the team was about respect. But Mrs. Steele, I didn't mean Aluka, you made a decision. Please don't make excuses and try to deflect. At practice, Mrs. Steele noticed Aluka hanging around the gym with a pad and a pen. They all looked very serious, like a meeting of young businessmen. The boys signed something before they entered the gym. Minutes later, Aluka approached Mrs. Steele. Here's a signed petition from the team wanting me back. Please, Mrs. Steele. He swallowed. Maybe things weren't so grim. No, Aluka, the answer is the same. Aluka turned and slowly sauntered with his head held in shame. That night at home, Mrs. Steele sat thinking about the day's events with her teacup. The phone rang. She looked at the unknown number, answering it, thinking, I wonder who this could be. Mrs. Steele, it's me, Aluka. Please don't hang up. I'm sorry. I was being silly and stupid. Can I come back to the team and play tomorrow afternoon? Aluka, I hear that you are sorry, but you made a decision. There is a consequence. You just can't change your tune. I'm sorry for calling you at home and disturbing you at night. Mrs. Steele hung up, shaking her head, chuckling. He certainly is turning on his charm and being super polite. At the game, the team sat on the bench, waiting while Aluka arrived with his father and a gift bag. He presented it to Mrs. Steele. I'm really, really sorry, Mrs. Steele. Resting on the top was a white flag. Mrs. Steele pulled out a ceramic mug with an extended hand for the handle, nestled in pink tissue. On the mug was printed, I gotta hand it to you. Mrs. Steele gave a big sigh, shook her head, looked at his smiling, shrugging father, then gave Aluka a hug. Aluka, I see you've come with a humble heart. I'm glad you're not so smug. As I said, there are consequences to what we say and do. I also believe in forgiveness and talking things through. Let's take some baby steps. You can sit on the bench today, and tomorrow we can chat where we will go from here. I've got to say, your persistence and humility, I do endear. So, dear friends, how do you think the story should end? Should new rules, boundaries, and expectations be established? And should forgiveness transcend? This story, as I previously mentioned, is loosely based on a collection of true experiences during my teaching career, particularly at the beginning. Recently, I was speaking with my former mentor, remembering a coaching experience we had many years ago. Interestingly, we had a very spunky, sassy, stubborn, bright, and charming young student on our team. Yes, although he was a challenge, we admired his will, persistence, creativity, charm, and skill. We always wondered how his life unfolded. We have recently found out that he has been exceptionally successful developing several unique, creative, and award-winning businesses. Moreover, he believes in beauty in all aspects of life and is passionate about sharing and inspiring others so they can celebrate beauty and creativity. Food for thought. I'll leave you with these questions. How often do we prejudiciously perceive children or dismiss children, labeling them ADHD and behavior problems with the goal of harnessing or squashing their drive and creativity? How can we fairly and compassionately facilitate growth? And is there room for compromise, forgiveness, divergent thinking, and problem solving when we address our classroom management and parenting? I'll leave you with that.